Hi, this is Jane from the Horse Life YouTube channel, as well as Horse Utopia on Facebook. I'm going to try and do a short 3-minute video explaining what this running water is. It's very hard to see what I'm trying to explain because it's totally overgrown with lantana right along this gully on both sides. Anyway, this is an old disused railway line up on the hill behind the lantana. That hasn't been used for 30-something years. The railway's all been pulled up, but all their drainage systems are still in place the whole length of the railway. So this here, where it's running quite fast, is a drainage system from the railway line that's upstream, and it's only about 20 metres upstream. And it used to flow that way, through this lantana bush, and then down into a roadside gully, and then down into a creek down here. A few years ago when I had a bobcat man doing some work, I asked him to dump a big load of gravel right across the gully, the drain, in order to block the drain off completely, so this water would have a chance to overflow on that side and on this side to fill up all the flat floodplain areas, which it hasn't been able to do for more than 100 years because of the drainage system. So it's just only a few acres, but it's some drainage some soakage that hasn't been allowed to be done because of the drainage system. So this water is flowing down here quite well. We've had 75 mils of rain this morning, and it's settling in this huge big flat area. This whole area is just sopping with water. And yes, when it does fill up to a point, it can still overflow down to the roadside gully down here, and then down into a gully, and then down into another creek over there. But all that water would have just simply run straight into the creek, into another river, and then out to sea. This is what Australia has been prevented from doing for more than 100, 200 years, is all the soakage areas have had gullies put through them, roadways put through them, earthworks put through them, and they're not soakage areas anymore. So this is my tiny little bit to do to help the environment, and I'm quite proud of how it's working. On the other side over there is another flat area where it's all soaked and it's like a few inches deep. Well, it's soaking, but that hasn't had the chance to have excess water flow into it for many, many years. So what can you do in your local area to help rehydrate the landscape? One load of bobcat dirt in a disused gully. Well, I mean, the gully was still being used, but it's a disused piece of land, and the water would have flowed straight down the creek system. Just look at all this water just laying around, and you can hear it in my shoes, in my gumboots. So happy the way it's working. If we come up here, this is the bottom side of the gully. Oh, big spider web. So this is the bottom side of the gully. This is where it used to flow. And it's not flowing at all because I've blocked the gully off, or the drain off. This is the other side of the drain, where the water is given an opportunity now to sit. Previous to that, the water did used to collect here, but it was only local water that formed from sudden rainfalls. It didn't actually come from the gully, which is over there, where I just come from between the lantana bushes. If there wasn't so many weeds there, the gullies, the drain system would be very, very easy to see. But I was just in that point there, so the water's flowing this side of the gully, or the drain, and the other side of the drain. Let me know in the comments what you can do to help your local area and start rehydrating Australia.